ranked third in the PSAC going into the season. Does that sound about right for your team?
No, it's we're a very young team, and again, I think, it may be, I think it's off of reputation, the program, guys, and also off of last season. So a lot of times when people and the coaches vote for that, because it's voted on by the coaches, and you can't vote for your own team. You gotta go with the other 7. I think Mercyhurst and Seton Hill definitely are the lead teams in our conference again this year, and then 2 or 3 through 8, it's going to be really tight, really tight. Every game will count, but I think we deserve to be somewhere in that mix. Whether we're 3 or whether we're 8, we'll find out soon. But we're young, and a lot of the other teams are young also. They lost a lot of seniors like we did, and like I say, it'll be an interesting race.
So with that, you lost 5 main position players from last year, including Tyler Walters. So how's your team going to adjust to those losses this year?
Different philosophy. When people ask you your philosophy, it changes with your personnel. And we could sit back and look for a 3-run, 5-run inning last year with Walters and Porterfield and Mitch Wood. We had some guys that could put up some numbers, home run ball, especially Walters and Porterfield. This year we'll probably go back to more of a traditional format, to where we're going to play for a run each inning whenever we get the opportunity. If that means bunting them over, if that means running a little bit more, hit and run. I think our pitching and our defense is going to solidify our team. I think that's going to be our strength. Offensively, we have some very good players coming back and some excellent players coming in, but you never replace a Walters and a Porterfield, with the offensive numbers that they had.
So with other notable returners, though, including Abraham Moe, do you expect any particular guy to step up? Like you said, he had a standout freshman year last year.
I'm just hoping they can duplicate the years that they had. I mean, Abe, you look at Walters, Porterfield, Wood, Wise, some of the guys that were in the lineup last year, protected the guys a little bit, with Moe and Campagna and Jezero. If those guys can have the years, if Moe, Jezero, and Campagna can have the type of years that they've had, the last year especially, I'd be very happy. And then the other guys have got to step up a little bit. But again, it's going to be competitive, for them, but if we go, and they're going to have to go. I mean, we're going to rely a lot on those 3 guys, Jezero, Campagna, and Moe, to have the 2 seniors, and then Moe's only a sophomore. But we're going to definitely need the same type of production out of them that we did last year.
So moving on to pitching here, so you have Anastas and Tapp. Are they figured to be your 1-2 punch?
Anastas is our 1, and then 2 and 3 will either be Stance and Tapp and Stance. We got to determine who we're playing that day, and then 4, there's a wrestle off. We've got 4 or 5 guys that can fill that role. We've got to look at the team as a whole and find out what is best for the team. Initially, on the weekend, our 4 guy will probably be Ricky Mineo, a freshman from Slippery Rock, actually.
Okay.
But you also have Jarrett Peterson, that is back with Big Lefty, that's back with us, this year. We have JT Volke, that has had a really good year, and we got to determine his role. He's one of our better pitchers, and he's a redshirt freshman. And I think we can use him in any role, but we'd like to use him in a bullpen role. But if we have to bring him in as a starter, we may have to do that to get our best 4th arm. Anchoring the bullpen is Doherty, who's been all conference last couple of years, and there was thought even about maybe moving him into a starting role. But I think his role with his arm and everything suits him best and us best as a closer.
Okay. So you talked about the freshman class there. Are there any standouts, both start or pitching and position players?
I think the 3 pitchers, freshman pitchers that stand out the most are going to be Ricky Mineo from Slippery Rock, and then Luke Truman and Colin Kane, both from North Allegheny. We had a very good freshman class. We have Andy McClymans, from Blackhawk, that also came in. We have a transfer that came in the fall, or the spring semester, a transfer from Pitt, a freshman, Zach Mance. He's a first baseman, DH, that came in, that's going to help us out with power from the left side.
Do you have any potential lineups in your mind right now that you see?
Sure. Like I say, right now, I mean, it may change before we
Yeah, of
start,
course.
but most likely it'll still be Mo leading off for us. He's pretty comfortable there. That's where he was last year as a freshman. Jezero, we've got to get somewhere in the middle of the lineup because of his speed. Back to switch hitting will probably be 2. 3 is definitely going to be Joe Campagna. He'll be at shortstop, and Jezero will be in center. 4 spot is probably the most difficult one for us. Right now it possibly would be Mike Collins, who will DH for us. He's a possibility from the right side. The Mance kid might be another possibility to transfer from fifth because he's a left-handed hitter. And then you have trying to think from 5 through 9. At first base we have Tyler Merigliano that's coming back. He's played for us a couple years now. We also have Ray Scala. It'll be in left field. It'll probably be maybe 6. 7, and Joe Sabetto. Joe Sabetto will probably hit 7, and one of the right fielders possibly 8, and then John Kazarian will probably be the 9 hitter in the 2-hole.
Okay.
But there's some possibilities there. But the top 4, or top 3 anyway, are definitely going to be Mo, Jezero, and Campagna to begin with. The only one that would probably switch there, Jezero, I don't think we're going to hit him 4, but he'll be in the 2-hole.
Okay.